G'day folks, welcome back to the Unpopular Reef. Got a bit of an update video for you. I'm going to give you an update on how Karen the Kraken, how she's going, how she's feeding. I had a riddle that has perplexed me for quite a while, got answered by one of my commenters, a very knowledgeable guy, so I'll have that for you. And also, if you've noticed that you might have, there is a new fish in there that I caught just recently that I'm really excited about. So, coming up. So there's Karen practicing tentacle attacks just in the archway there. She kind of likes to defend this area against the fish that also like to use it, but she seems to take umbrage every time they try to get in there. You can see her getting a bit defensive at the moment. Having a better look at her, I've decided now that it's definitely not a morning cuttlefish. It will be either a reaper or a Ned's cuttlefish. I've looked up how to tell them apart, and it is basically impossible. They look exactly the same. Other than the bone on the mantle, you can actually take that out post-mortem, obviously. So once she's dead, I may know what exactly she is. So how do I go about feeding Karen? It's pretty simple. I go down to the pier, I catch a bucket full of shrimp, and then I just pour it in the tank. I'm still working on getting her to eat frozen shrimp, but she shows almost no interest whatsoever. And if you watch this clip, she shows very little interest in the live shrimp as I pour them pretty much directly onto her head. I was hoping to catch some predatory behavior here, but yeah, she seems very disinterested. Now, if you take a look at this clip, you will see that I actually have accidentally added the mystery new fish that is new to my tank, that basically I caught by accident when I was scooping up the shrimp, and I didn't even notice until after I poured the bucket in. I might wind that back and give you a better look, and you might be able to see what it is. There is like a few, I do have a new school of mullet now that I assume Karen will eat them in due time, but she does seem very interested in shrimp more so than fish, which is a good thing. However, she did eat my 2 sand gobies. They are missing, presumed eaten. So, you want to get a closer look at my new mystery fish? Here it is. And before you will say it looks exactly the same as all your other fish, to the untrained eye maybe yes, but I assume everyone, or at least most of the people in my audience, keep saltwater tanks, and you will notice that is not a maddo or a scissortail damsel or a stripey. That there is in fact a convict tang. And here's a video of him swimming in front of all the other different species of fish, where you will see it far more clearly that he is actually a different species. And he is very, very small, and it does give me a lot of concern that he might end up on a dinner plate, but I'm planning on keeping a steady supply of shrimp in the tank to occupy Karen. And I wish him the best, and he is my new favourite fish. Okay, while we're making this quick aside, I'd like to bring up the mystery that one of my commenters recently solved for me, and that is the identification of these fish here. I've been on several dives, and I've seen these fish, and I've never been able to identify them. And he has told me that it is actually the Australian swordtail. And why did it take me so long to identify them? Because in the book that I have, that I ID fish with, the swordtail looks like this. And the swordtails I was looking at were juveniles, which look like this. Therefore, it is very confusing. However, I had tried to catch these fish to put in the tank, but now having seen what they look like when they're adults and how big they get, I think I'm going to save myself the effort and just leave them swim on. Alright, so back to Karen. Here's an attempt at getting Karen to eat crabs. So I park the crab right behind her there on the rock, and she completely ignores it. Which is terrible because now I have a crab in the tank, and if you've watched any of my earlier videos, you will know that I hate crabs. But, given time, and she might get a bit bigger and maybe be interested. And here's attempt 2 at getting her to eat crabs. You can just see, if you can make your way through the algae in the top left of the screen, that's Karen. Now she does actually look at the crab, and the crab moves and she sort of perks her head up, and I was thinking maybe she'd do something. Looks right at it, and then nothing, and the crab just walks away and hides. As far as I can tell, I still see both of these crabs getting around the tank, but hopefully if not for too much longer. Okay, so this next one, she's actually got her eyes on a frozen shrimp that I've dropped in the tank, and I got a bit excited that maybe I could get Wiener onto dead food. She looks really interested, swims right up to it, and then is bored and pretends to be a rock again. So, I don't know. Maybe it'll take a bit longer. I feel she sort of gets distracted by all the fish moving around, and probably me running up to the tank to record her every time she looks like she's going to do something. But there's another example of Karen completely ignoring a shrimp when it's walking directly on her face. I don't know. She's just lazy. Even when the prey walks right up to her face. But here's Chonk, you know. Chonk loves the shrimp. I think deep down he knows he can't fit that shrimp in his mouth, but God, he loves looking at it. I mean, one day I hope to find a woman that looks at me the way Chonk looks at that shrimp. But, hey. I think he's about full size, so I don't think he'll get much bigger. But I think he knows I'm talking about him now too. Now just up here is another attempt at one on the back wall, but you can see that the shrimp just gets away. She's not very pursuitive of these shrimp. She just gives up fairly quickly. Now right here there's a shrimp at the front, and she has a shot at it there and misses, but sort of hangs around to take another go at it. She does like to sort of hover there and take her time. The shrimp doesn't move fast, so I don't know exactly what she's waiting for, but all the fish moving around it does seem to distract her a little bit. But she will have another go at it in a minute. But she looks like she's going to go away. Maybe that's just to fake the shrimp out. And she'll turn around. The fish getting away. Biding her time, I think. Yeah. It's really hard to catch these predatory behaviours because she doesn't give a lot of warning when she's about to attack something. She does it in like 2 seconds. Okay, she'll swim, gets ready, looks at it. The shrimp moves. Right for it. Ready now, and then the shrimp does something that freaks her out, and she decides, well, bugger that, I'm just going to go and be a rock again. It was all too hard for her. It seems all the hunting attempts I get to witness are unsuccessful, but judging by the amount of shrimp that I have in my tank, she goes through about 3 a day, so means at least once or twice a week I have to go catching more shrimp. Now, just there, that's probably her only successful attempt that I've managed to catch on film. I'm sorry for all the junk in the water, but I just poured a bucket of fresh shrimp in there, so yeah, that's why it's a bit dirty. But I thought I'd leave you on that. So that's Karen. Healthy, feeding well. I have a new convict tang, and the Australian Sawtail is the name of the mystery tang that I've been seeing while I'm diving. I'll play this clip out with just some random photos and videos of Karen being Karen. Now, if you liked it, give me a like. If you didn't, thanks for sticking around. See ya.